Alright, are we good to start? Alright then. Hello everybody, can they hear me? I assume they can. Alright, wonderful. Hello everybody, welcome to the United Kingdom Catch Tournament 2025 round of 16, the very first match of the tournament. Seed 5 Baron against Seed 12 Rakychu. Now let's have a quick discussion over who these players are and how they've gotten to this point. Baron coming in at Seed 5 is an incredibly strong player, especially when it comes to high AR picks, such as Hard Rock and DT, coming in first on DT2 in the qualifiers pool and third on DT1, and also third on Hard Rock 1. Whereas Rakychu is an incredibly strong player when it comes to Hidden, coming into 5th place on Hidden 2 and 7th place on Hidden 1, although that spot was very contested across multiple players. For Rakychu, the game plan's probably going to be very dependent on focusing on the more reading-oriented maps, whereas Baron's likely going to push advantage with their general more skill when it comes to AR, higher AR map picks. So I'm really stumbling right now, good lord. Anything you want to add, Super Rooster?
Yeah, we're gonna be seeing quite the balanced matchup coming up, since we can see Baron did really well on those mods, but unfortunately not that good on the hidden. But as you mentioned, that score spot for hidden one was a little bit more balanced in comparison. But Rakychu scoring their best score on hidden 2 does show that they're capable of probably stealing some points in this match when it comes to those 2 hidden maps. So perhaps Baron is gonna potentially ban one of the 2 hiddens. And as for Rakychu, maybe Rakychu is just gonna straight up ban DT1 or DT2 in my opinion. Or it could be another high AR map. Possibly Harrock 1, I would say.
One other possible ban we might expect to see would be on No Mod 1, because Rakychu generally didn't seem all too comfortable with that map in comparison to a lot of the other players playing in the tournament. I need to stop speaking so fast and actually get breaths in. Good lord, I've forgotten how to commentate. So, yeah, we might see quite a wide set of bans depending on how Rakychu decides to play this, and Baron is probably more likely to ban something along the lines of Hidden 1, Hidden 2. We might even see from Baron a ban on maybe one of the more reading-oriented no mods. Maybe no mod 4 we could see banned, although I doubt that because in theory Rakychu also doesn't have the advantage there.
Yeah, in this scenario, as you mentioned, perhaps Rakychu is going more into the defensive side here, opting to ban no mod 1 in this case. So I'm still not sure what their final decision is gonna be, but they have to make a good decision and think this through, not just with their bans but their following picks. And we don't know who is gonna start yet, that's another thing. So be quite interesting with which map we're gonna start this first match from the week.
Baron's first roll coming out to 63 and Rakychu pulling 88. That means that it's Rakychu's pick whether they pick or ban first.
It seems like they're gonna ban Nomad 2? No. Nomad 2 and Hard 1 has been banned. Not Hard 1, my bad. Hidden 1 being banned. And Hard 2 is gonna be picked. So it's gonna be the first map we're gonna see in this tournament.
The ban makes complete sense on Rakychu's end. It's a higher AR, slightly harder no mod map. It's kind of what we'd expect in this situation. Wait, what?
Okay. It's
What?
like the client is just a little bit there. Oh,
Um. What has happened here? Um. Something
okay.
has happened here. Alright.
And we see
Rakychu.
Rakychu opting to go and play with hidden.
Both players incredibly close on score already, and we're already a quarter through the map. I feel like this could be a point to Rakychu if Baron finds a choke missing on anything really, because they're both holding an FC. Rakychu on marginally worse accuracy at 98%, but it's not devastating. Oh, and Rakychu finding a miss.
Very unfortunate there. Oh, there's still a chance for a comeback. They just need to hope for Baron to miss, and they do.
Commentator curse is in effect from the looks of it.
The map is still not over yet.
If Rakychu can hold this advantage, he could actually get this point, because I'm fairly sure Baron missed 2 notes there instead of just 1.
I believe the map is gonna have just enough combo for a score to flip on the other side. But it's looking awfully close as that advantage is stopped, but they miss. Oh,
unfortunate.
But Baron missed. But fortunately, none of them have combo though. There's not enough map left, so that means Baron is gonna get away with this first point.
If Rakychu held just a little bit longer here, that would have been like an amazing breakpoint for Rakychu who have secured. That's unlucky on their end, but very, very close pick right there. And Baron picking into D. Wait. Oh, it is Baron's pick.
Yeah, it's Baron's pick's gonna be DT2.
Oh, that's very interesting actually. My bad. So that wasn't a break. Wait, was it? That was a break point for Baron. Sorry, pardon me. So that's an incredibly solid start for Baron. Now going into DT2, which is Baron's pick. Yep.
And Rakychu yet again opting to go for hidden. Unfortunately, it's gonna bite them early on as they find the very first miss. And another one, though there's still a lot of map left and a combo to build up.
I'm very impressed by that first pick. Rakychu was very close to snagging the first point there.
All of the players reaching that maximum combo. So far, Baron holding that double S. Just as I said, I did drop it, but their seat is still intact. Usually, Rakychu is gonna find more misses along the way.
Yeah, this is the kind of pick where it really is quite obvious if you're Baron to exploit that that high AR weakness that Rakychu does seemingly have. Although that's not to say that it's completely lost yet. Rakychu's still holding on to a strong 99% accuracy or thereabouts. So we could see there is still a world where Baron chain misses and his score just crumbles in this situation, giving Rakychu just enough time to climb it back.
There is still a chance, but unfortunately that score advantage is already over 100k. Double
Now 200.
need for Baron. Oh, yeah. Oh, now over 200k. That is almost over already. Unfortunately, not gonna be the scenario here, as Baron is gonna claim that point, winning their pick.
An unlucky FC choke for Baron.
Yeah, almost FC there.
And
More than
Rakychu
enough.
picking into Hidden 2, I believe.
Correct. Yeah, that'll be Hidden 2 for the very next to be played.
I would say
low AR.
Yeah, I'm fairly sure if Rakychu lands a point, it will be here. Rakychu, like, well known as a low AR, like, hidden, just generally a hidden specialist, incredibly scary on hiddens. I'm fairly sure he has higher hidden scores than even some of the top seeds on some of the hidden maps, if I look at it again. Yeah, in 5th place on Hidden 2, so this is a very strong, advantageous pick for Rakychu, whereas Baron only pulled 9th seed in Hidden 2 in comparison to Rakychu's 5th, and on Hidden 1, that's actually Baron's worst score, coming out to 11th, whereas for Rakychu it's their 7th, they're in the 7th place. So in this situation, if you're Rakychu, you really want to push this advantage with as much hidden as you can. Both players finding relatively early misses, although it seems to be far more detrimental over on Baron's side of the board. Both players not holding on to the best accuracy, around 96%, although having a bit of a stumble around the very end of the section.
Less than halfway to the map left.
Oh, this might be the advantage that Rakychu needs. Baron finding a miss, the score turning over to the other side, but Rakychu unfortunately also missing. But then Baron missing again, being able to capitalize on that advantage. They're both incredibly close on score now. Is it enough? The score.
Found just a miss in that slider part at the end.
Oh my goodness.
It's like maybe, just maybe Baron is just gonna get away with this point yet again.
Oh
super
my
close
goodness.
match.
Rakychu just barely not capturing the score that he needs. Goodness, that's tragic.
A bit unfortunate. That's gonna provoke the match point. Baron having the advantage and now the next pick.
Baron choosing to close it out with no mod 1. going into the final pick of the pool, the final pick that Baron needs in order to secure the win. There is a world where Rakychu just barely pulls it back, but we're about to find out. An early miss on Rakychu's end, but not detrimental yet. Baron holding quite comfortably.
Baron reading that. Max combo quite comfortably. Rakychu slowly building up.
Rakychu's already holding better than I think he even expects himself to be doing. He commented that in the chat that his PB on this is like 600k, so he's already on track to PB, so you can't say he's not trying. He's putting on definitely a very solid effort here. He just needs to see a break from Baron, and we might be able to see some momentum shift. Although currently the score advantage is leading into nearly 100k for Baron's advantage. That score gap around 150,000 now. Very comfortable spot in Baron's position. SSing as well. Very strong display of no mod 1 fluency from Baron. And even so, Rakychu is holding incredibly strong as well at 460k.
I agree, there could be a chance that they could PB as you mentioned earlier. Baron is gonna drop that double S, but not gonna matter much as they're still holding on to that FC. Very close to reaching that 1k combo mark. As Rakychu finally reaches that max combo, is able to score even more points out of this. Baron reaching that 1k combo.
Even if Rakychu ends up losing this point, which does seem to be increasingly likely, there is no shame in his performance in this round, especially against the high seed. Very nice FC brewing on Baron's side. We'll see if it holds for these last 100 notes. Rakychu nearly hitting 750k, so very good score on both sides, but unfortunately you can't really compete with a full combo. Very, very strong performance for Rakychu.
Incredible match.
Yeah, it was a
big good.
Yeah, it was a lot closer than I think the scoreline suggested. It wasn't. This didn't feel like a 4-0. It felt maybe more closer to a 4-2. I would say is probably more accurate, especially thanks to that hidden 2-pick and that hard rock 2-pick, which I actually didn't expect at all, being incredibly close. Very good match for both players. Baron proceeding into the winner's bracket for round of 8, and Rakychu being sent down to loser's bracket, where they'll face the loser of I need to check the bracket.
They're gonna check either the loser of the match between ADC or 8-Bit Princess, and the winner is also gonna face one of those. But we're not sure when it's gonna happen just yet. I have to wait on the weekend.
Oh, we're pulling up the bracket now, let's go.
Baron is gonna move on against either ADC or 8-Bit Princess, whoever wins from that match.
Whereas, so Baron is going to fight the winner of Odyssey versus 8-Bit Princess, and Rakychu is going to fight the loser of aforementioned match. Although, with all due respect, like Rakychu held up a very strong fight there. I think that performance was definitely a lot scarier than the scoreline appeared. I know that I've said that twice now, but I do genuinely believe it. Especially with that unexpected Hard Rock 2 pick, which I think might suggest that Rakychu might be trying to actively diversify their skill set. Which, if is the case, could mean that their next match against most likely not most likely, against one of Odyssey and the Princess could be a lot closer than we think it might be. Overall, solid performance from both players, Baron closing out with an FC. Wonderful match, clean game for Baron, an incredibly good attempt from Rakychu.
Indeed. It's gonna be... The next matchups are gonna be quite interesting, so something to look out for. Since that was quite unexpected, as you mentioned, Harvard 2 pick, really close matchup as well as the Hidden 2. So we just have to wait and see how Rakychu will perform in the next round. But for now, that'll be all. The next matchup is coming up this weekend, most likely on Saturday, although the schedules could change. It could potentially be on 16 UTC. It's gonna be Matt H against Tsukumi.
Yeah, that next match is going to be quite interesting. Seed 1 against Seed 16. Alright, so, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching the UK Catch Tournament 2025. We look forward to seeing you in our next stream for probably a much longer match, depending on how the streams end up being. Thank you very much for watching. Incredible job to both the players, and thank you very much to the pooling team, and thank you very much to the organisers. Yeah, good job, everyone. And until we see you next time, goodbye. You can turn off stream now.
Goodbye.